Well, this is JC. I wonder if we ever get too old to learn. And I wonder how much good opinions have about things. I was thinking about a situation that I heard about recently, and I just kind of like to give my opinion on it. This is a young child and his mother. And this young child had worked on a little project with a crayon and a piece of paper, and he wasn't the fastest kid in the world. As a matter of fact, he was kind of slow, but um, he uh, uh, he made his little drawings on his piece of paper, and actually he worked on it about 2 days, very very carefully. And I guess if you or I saw it, it would just be a bunch of scribbles, and some little insignificant figures. But this little child knew what was in his head, and he knew what he wanted to put down on paper, and so he worked and worked and worked at it. And when the time come, when his day came, he was going to show his mother. So he ran in and he had the paper folded so she couldn't see what it was, so it would be a surprise. And he said, "Mother, I'd like you to see this. I'd like you to see something." And she said, "Well, okay, honey, but not right now. I'm busy right now." And he said, "Oh, okay." And she said, "In a little while, come back in a little while, and I'll look at it." And she looked at him, and she could tell that he was sort of, his face fell, and he was kind of downcast. And she said, "Oh, okay, honey, come on. If it makes you happy, I'll look at it right now." So he opened it and he showed it to her. And oh, she thought that was the most beautiful thing in the world. And she praised him and she gave him a little hug and a little kiss on the cheek. And she said, "Oh, honey, this is wonderful. I'll put it in a frame and I'll hang it on the wall." And he said, he didn't know what to say. He said, "Thank you," but he smiled. "Hey, Mom, bullshit. You're not going to put that in a frame and hang it on the wall. Um, and you didn't make him happy by doing this, Mom." You know what makes him happy? This same little kid went back, or he started over again, the very same thing, and he worked for 2 days on this little job, and he ran and finally his mom, and he had the paper folded up behind his back, and he said, "Mom, I did something I want you to see." And she said, "Why, oh, what is it? Of course, let me see. I can't wait." And she looked at it, and it was wonderful. And she was so happy, and she said, "Oh, honey, this is wonderful. I'll put it in a frame and I'll hang it on the wall." And she hugged him and kissed him, and he smiled, and they smiled, and they were very happy about it. What's the difference? I'll tell you what the difference is. When somebody does something nice for you, if you really care for that person, you don't do it because it'll make them happy. You do it because it makes you happy. It makes you happy. When someone comes to you with something, you don't think in the back of your mind it's not going to say, "I wonder what this is going to be." Of course, I'll have to act excited because I love this person and I certainly want them to stay happy. That's not in your head. It doesn't even enter your head. What should be in your head is, "Oh, here comes so and so, and if they have something for me, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I wonder what it is." That's what makes your special person happy. That's what makes you happy. Uh, you don't do things for people to make them happy. You do things for people because it makes you happy to do it. That's my opinion. When somebody comes to you with something special, if you're only going to do it to make them happy, don't do it. Just say, "I'm sorry, I don't have time, I'm not interested." If you can look at them honestly and say, "Of course," and as soon as you understand they have something for you, it makes you happy because you love that person and you care for that person, or your that person is your dear friend or loved one. It makes you happy, then go ahead and do it. This is my opinion. Uh, Maybe you won't agree with it, some of you, but if you don't, well, that would be your opinion. So, anyhow, this is JC. I'll see you down the road. Good Lord's willing, and the creek don't rise.